Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's another wonderful rainy day here in West New York. So I figured I'd jump on here quick, do a video. Things I picked up recently. It's a little, what they consider a junk teak show, or they have some vintage toys and some other stuff here in town. And some more stuff that I've raided from my in-laws' house. So, yeah, that local store show at the fairgrounds they had. I said what they call a junk tea store. They had some vintage toy vendors, some new toys, a little bit of comics, trains, some cards, a little bit of everything. First thing I picked up was this Hawkman figure for a couple. It was $2. I don't know if that's the Extreme Justice figures or Total Justice figures over there. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I picked up this The Magic of the Unicorn Choose Your Own Adventure book. It's got a big crease down the middle, but that was like a couple bucks, so happy to pick that up. That looked nice on the shelf. As far as comics concerned, I bought a little bit from a couple different vendors. First guy I bought some stuff for him before at a yard sale he has on in Fredonia. And this weekend he's had another yard sale, so I'm hoping to hit over there. But I found some Justice League Unlimited books. These are all $1 a piece. Not in the greatest condition, but for $1 I'll pick them up. I'm not sure if these follow the cartoon as much. Number 21. But I haven't really read them. 22. 29. I don't know if they follow along with the cartoon, but if they do, that's pretty cool. 42. One of my favorite cartoons. 35. I'm currently watching the Justice League animated show. 45. And the last issue is 46. So yeah, so he's having a yard sale this weekend. Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, you name it, he's pretty much got it. His garage is awesome. In his garage, he's all the stuff he doesn't sell. He's got like cats of gray skulls and all kinds of stuff just set up everywhere. It's really cool. And then the next booth over had some books, and I bought some Winter Soldier books. 3 of the 4 that I needed. He didn't have the 4th one, unfortunately. So he issued 9. This is the Brubaker run here. This is a really cool cover. Number 12, Winter Soldier Wolverine. And lastly, 15, excuse me. So yeah, so I needed one more issue to finish that off. And then I'm going to save the last thing that I bought from that guy to the end. And then a couple of the stuff I bought, I made my way back around and around and around. And one of my buddies was there selling a bunch of toys from the 80s. And he had the kit with the Knight Rider and Michael Knight in the figure. He had that there. He had the 18 van. He had all the 18 figures. He wanted $100 of the figures. I was that close, but they weren't complete. So I was like, I'm not spending $25 a figure. So I just happened to go back through. I was talking to that guy they get the comics from, and I didn't see these the first time I went to his booth, but I went back and I found Hannibal and Murdoch. So these are the 2 I had when I was a kid. Obviously, I don't have them anymore, but I remember Murdoch was on the picnic table in the backyard, and I decided I was going to take my BB gun and see if I can hit him, and I did right in the chest and blew his chest apart. For the longest time, I had his head in my room for a reason. I don't know if I was trying to hide him from my parents, but yeah, I still had all their weapons and everything in the basement, but unfortunately, those are long gone. Yeah, so that's what I picked up from the show. I'll show you the one thing I picked up last because I think that's pretty sweet. Then I guess I went to my in-laws' house. I've been upstairs, downstairs, in the basement, everywhere. The place I haven't really gone is in the attic. So me and my son went over the other day, and I went, okay, I'm going to go through the attic just to be sure that everything we want out of there before the estate sale hits. So I went upstairs, and I found a couple things. First thing I found was a couple books. I thought this is pretty cool. This is the Black Cauldron. Obviously I remember it was a cartoon, but they had a little book. It reminds me of the Choose Your Own Adventure books. So I grabbed that one. And I did find your code name is Jonah. Choose Your Own Adventure book. It's missing the back cover, but like I said, on a shelf, you'll never know. I found this game. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. This is some Dracula electronic game. I don't know. I put batteries in it. It didn't work, unfortunately. I have no idea what this would be like. I haven't looked up on, I haven't Googled to see what it's like, but that was still kind of neat. I went through and I found this Fisher Price case. This Fisher Price medical kit. Like, oh, I remember that when I was a kid. But when I opened it up, it was, I don't know if you can see that, it was full of Garbage Pail Kid stickers. So I thought that was pretty cool. So I went through the other day and I sorted them all out. It turns out these are my wife's growing up. There's some Series 2, a lot of, almost a full set of Series 3, 4, 5, like a couple packs of 6, and I think one is 7. But these are Series 2, the Patty Putty, Spacey Stacy, Joe Blow. Some of these are just Stuck Chuck. Yeah, these are so much of my remember from when I was a kid. Roy Bot, that's awesome. But yeah, so I said that those are cool. I got some binder pages. I'm gonna stick some of those in, and then actually back down in the basement, there's a built-in shelves where they had a TV stand, and underneath they had some doors for storage. I open up and there's this old record case that had been, waterlogged and ripped and stuff. So I just flipped through for the hell of it, and I found this. The record itself is destroyed, but the album cover is still pretty cool. There's some water damage where one of the albums stuck to each other, but there's the back. But yeah, on a shelf, that's gonna look really, really sweet. Really, really like that. And then searching around the house for whatever to take home, I found like some cleaning supplies and some paper towels, whatever. And in the basement they have a full kitchen. Off the kitchen's a pantry. I've been in there multiple times. I couldn't tell you how many times I've been in there. They have food and stuff that we've been kind of taking out as we needed it, and Christmas decorations and all kinds of stuff. And for whatever reason, I looked to my left, which I know I've looked at the shelf numerous times, and just oddly enough, I see standing there this time is Darth Vader, just standing there on the shelf. It was just so odd that I've looked at the shelf multiple times and never, I mean, obviously it's dark in there, but I've never seen him wasn't laying down, or just standing up. So I thought that was pretty cool. So yeah, he's a little worse for wear, but doesn't have his lightsaber, but still, on the shelf, he's going to look cool. Yeah, so definitely happy to find that. And then, like I said, last thing I had bought from that vendor, I thought was pretty sweet, and I had to ask if it was vintage or not, and he said it was. So it was $25, and I'll take 20 for it, which is Captain America Amigo. He's missing the star, his shield, his boots and stuff, but he's all original. He's got some schmutz on his back of his pants, whatever. But yeah, for $20, I will take him all day long. My first Amigo, and I don't think I'm going to collect. You can start collecting anytime soon, but I would like the Falcon one. So I need Cap and the Falcon. But I've already looked online for boots. I think I can get a pair of vintage boots for like $20 or less. Shield's a little more expensive. They do sell some replica stickers for Shield, so I might go that route instead, just to have a Shield for him. But I definitely want to get some vintage boots for him. But yeah, he's pretty cool. Took a little snap on this thing here and everything. So yep, he's definitely gonna go up on the shelf somewhere. Yeah. So happy to get that. But that's all for today, I guess. Tomorrow is my son's next baseball game. They won their second playoff game yesterday. They beat a pretty good team up in Buffalo, 12-3. They actually smoked them. They're a pretty good team, and they beat them pretty good. I see two of the kids on the team actually ended up getting kicked out of the game for just poor sportsmanship, and it was pretty pretty embarrassing for that team. But yeah, tomorrow is their Class A championship. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make the game, so hopefully they'll pull out another W and then keep going towards states if they win tomorrow. So that's all for now. Just want to show a little quick one up here. Thanks for watching. See you next one. Thanks. Bye.